know what it is. It's time for the Week 16 Heat Check.
Heat check.
We are through round one of the playoffs, and then there were four. Of course, here we are on the back deck of the Funhouse. I always seem to think that if I complain about the weather last week, it'll get better the next week, and such is not the case. We are getting a light patter on our corrugated tin roof from the remnants of the Midwestern storm. I suppose better the rain than the snow. Nevertheless, we are huddled here. There are no heat lamps active, but that doesn't matter because we always bring the heat with me to provide said heat. Back again, it's the treasurer and Petty LaBelle, Lord of the Petty Cash, Mark Gutierrez. Mark, how are you doing tonight?
I'm all right.
And triumphant and ready to get his beatings, the FX leader, Justin Bucha. Justin, how are you?
Doing good. Hey, I made it through the first round of playoffs, and we'll see about the beatings.
You are feeling good. We were hoping to have Nick here, but unfortunately he wasn't able to make it. But he managed to hold on to his projected edge and get the win over the defending champion, Rob Chief Slapaho. Rob basically, put together the kind of normal, steady game that he always does. But apart from Patrick Mahomes exceeding his normally very healthy projections and a couple of surprising efforts from role players, specifically Deontay Johnson, who I threw shade at last week.
Yeah.
And Stevenson,
Yeah,
172 yards.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
Could have been one of my fucking keepers.
But, and Kittle had a monster game, and everybody else just kind of covered their end. And Nick got out there with ill-won fifth to a fairly comfortable victory. On the other side, in the wild card round, like I said, FX triumphed over
was a close
Westy and the Southside Menace in a game that I don't know about you guys, but I was watching pretty much every tenth of a point on that one.
Definitely.
Yeah, Taylor goes out and it's like, oh shit.
I thought I was done. I mean, not that Taylor did anything all year, but
It was
at
a
least
really
when he played, he got more than 2 points. But I thought I was done right there.
I thought it was a really fun game because Puka, all your guys played like way early. Like they were all done on like Saturday. And you had a couple of guys who played in the 1 o'clocks, and then after the 1 o'clock games, you were all done.
I think
and it was just
I was going to know
Yeah.
on Saturday if I was going to win, and I thought I was.
We
gonna
thought
lose,
you were
but
dead.
I did. I thought I was done right there, but
Waddle coming through with a good game helped you out.
definitely.
Waddle Buffalo.
Waddle Buffalo.
Montgomery, he did good.
Yeah, actually,
Conlon,
yeah,
People
Montgomery
Jones
would be
getting
more
that
of the
touchdown
surprise.
helped me.
You very easily could switch Montgomery and Taylor scores, and you could say, yeah, that's what I expected.
I'm just glad that Aaron Jones apparently likes some young boys on his team and didn't pass to Lazard hardly ever. I think
There was one like in the first drive. He got a catch for 7 yards, and that's what made me like nervous.
very.
It was like, well, he's already looking for him, but then he never threw his way for the whole rest of the game, and didn't really have to. Green Bay got most of their stuff done on the ground, and also kind of important was Tyler Huntley, of course, came back down to earth after a pretty strong game against the Steelers last week. Did not do so great, and they lost a low-scoring 1957 style game to the Browns, 3-13.
See, that was a help me too, because that canceled out Jonathan Taylor. So I would have never thought that was going to happen.
Yeah,
I mean, I had 41 points on the bench between Knox and John Dodson too, but I couldn't put those in with my Well, my last today,
Kind of like when you have like a projected #1 tight end, and every week you're like, how the fuck can I sit him?
Yeah, what's that like?
It fucking sucks.
I know how you feel, Mark. I got Andrews. I know how
Fucking
you feel.
pits.
Well, I thought I saw the dot.
And then he's still playing and getting me like a point here and there.
Ah, he fucking does shitty and it gets fucking hurt.
I thought between the Dawson Knox like piling up points on your bench and then like Taylor going down, I was like, oh, this is just bad signs everywhere.
So did I.
It was just freaking crazy how that just worked out.
And might I add that Brian scored below his average that game.
What do you remember what his average was?
129.
Yeah, I mean like he was like the first or second
Yeah.
total
Yeah.
points guy, right?
Yeah. Actually, they both did. Bucha was right around 112.
This would be a great time to remind everybody what my score was as I was
Speaking of lower than average,
chilling out in the buys. I think it was like 78.
I think it was 79.
sorry, 73.
73.
Sorry, 73.02.
Yeah, that's right. Don't forget the hundredths of a point. Those matter sometimes.
You did, yeah. Oh, tell fucking Drew about
Yeah,
that.
Drew knows. Yeah, and I mean this is why it's so important to get those buys. I got housed.
Fuck them buys.
I got housed not only by everybody who was active this week, but I would have lost to everyone in the consolation bracket. I had the lowest points of the whole league this week.
Sometimes you're just fucking lucky.
You know, that's true.
And sometimes you're just a fucking loser.
That seems like a good segue, Mark. Is there anything grinding your gears?
You know what?
the
No,
moment.
not really. Just to bring it up, like Howells actually had, I think he had high score this week, and I believe he did. And
Doesn't show up on the scoreboard.
me or Drew wouldn't have beat him.
Yes, how's it?
So
By 11, 151.
yeah, he had
Yeah.
had high score. Yeah. So me or Drew wouldn't have beat him. But you know what? I wouldn't have fucking played it. I would have fucking played you, and I would have fucking beat you.
Oh yeah,
and I would be going against fucking
you
Bucha.
probably would have doubled me up. I got a sign of life from D.
Got a heartbeat. Got a pulse.
It wasn't a message so much, but it was he followed me on Instagram.
Oh,
So
he's alive.
he's alive. So it's literally a sign of life.
He could be being kept in someone's basement or something.
True.
Sliding him salami under the door or something, and we're over here making fun of it.
Well, you know, the kind of the running joke that, like, you know, me and Wesley talked about earlier in the year that we kind of kept going was that he, like, you know, auto draft and auto everything. Maybe he's got a bot running his Instagram account too or something. Maybe it's not a
True.
sign of life.
Sure. Well, Delajuan, if you are being kept in the basement or something, we'll let you get out of your.
Yeah, blink twice.
We'll let you get out of your punishment.
All right. Yeah. We'll see.
Suck.
We just talked about Howells pretty much piling up those points to no good effect. And
He might have blew his load this week.
I think we
I
all
think he
know that there's going to be a little bit of a difference in his point total on account of one Jalen Hurts going to be riding the hyperbaric chamber this week as he seeks to recover from a fucked up shoulder.
Yeah.
That
He's going
might
with
have
Sam
a ripple
Darnold.
effect.
He got Darnold in there. That's who he picked up and put in.
Okay.
And they are exactly 50-50.
Yeah. That was the. I have a hard time thinking that was the best option.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, but wait, but that was. I know Clayton went and picked up Gardner Minshew.
I love it.
So I don't know. I've always liked Gardner Minshew. So yeah, that.
Garden mushrooms.
I mean, big up to Clayton for trying to win his consolation.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I just like not letting other people get people.
Which again is what I'm doing.
I'm sure you screwed me a couple times this year. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I was down there with first pick all the time. Everybody's messaging me, "Who you taking?"
Oh yeah, over in Funhouse 1 is my pettiness over there is documented and on record. But you know where J.K. Dobbins is over there? In my IR slot. That's where he is.
Yeah, I have actually a couple weeks back. I started to look at Nick's team, and I saw actually when he picked up Stevenson, I noticed he started to win a lot more than that. But
Yeah.
I actually think he's gonna win it all. That's my pick for winning it all.
Nick?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe I shouldn't have been as surprised as I was at the way his role players like kind of delivered. But yeah, so
Mike Williams and the Stevenson, good pickups there.
yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Now that Kenny Pickett's back in, now there was actually some pretty good reasons why Deontay Johnson just blew up last week, because they kept throwing in the very early part of the game. Trubisky was throwing a lot to Pickens, and then they switched to the top corner to cover him, and that just left Johnson open for the whole rest of the game, and it absolutely blew up that poor asshole that ended up being stuck to him. I saw him make the exact same catch like 6 times in a row.
What's intriguing me is Nick has Mahomes and Mystery Man has Jerick McKinnon, who's been going off.
Right.
But also in the same game, they're playing the Seahawks, and he has DK Metcalf, which Kansas City defense ain't that great.
I can see all 3 of those players having a big game. I mean,
I think this is going to be, it's definitely 50-50. That's going to be a good game to watch, I think. I think they're going to be close.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
They're
last
really
week
close.
McKinnon got over 20 and Mahomes got over 30. It's kind of blown some holes in what I always used to think is like you don't really want to play the quarterback and the running back on the same team. But I suppose if they're good enough and you know they're
Well, like he has Mahomes, he has McKinnon, so they might possibly even out.
they might offset. I mean, if the
little.
Chiefs win, and I expect them to. Yeah. We'll see if Mike Williams can continue his strong play. He had a reasonable game last week, but it wasn't like blowing stuff up. But I don't know. I agree with you, Mark. It's a real strong roster once you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe Singletary at the flex might be the possible Achilles heel because of the weird committee that Buffalo's been running lately. Now, you know what? Now that I bring up Funhouse 1, though, Mark, is now a good time to talk about
Yes.
the Funhouse Cup.
Yes. We got to talk to Dion about that.
Because we never talked about this before.
No. So me and Daniel think, well, or me.
yeah, it was your idea, and we've been kind of workshopping it.
Yeah, we think we should have like a Super Bowl between Funhouse 1 and Funhouse 2. Whoever's starting,
like
we'll
that.
take out what you got, linebackers or a difference over there or something.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
in Funhouse 1, the roster positions are all the same except they have 2 linebackers in addition.
All right, so we take those out and we manually figure out the score. And
This-
we'll see who would have won. Even if there's players in common, I'm sure it's not going to be exactly the same fucking team.
I imagine there'll probably be 1 or 2 at
Yeah,
least. But
and that's fine. So the differences will be the difference, and we'll see who would win. And we play the same. The championship week will just.
the scoring system's a little different over there. The quarterback scoring's is different, and I feel like DST might be a little different too. So we'll just pick one of the league's scoring systems and go with that. But,
Well, we can go with their scoring system if we're going to take out the 2 linebackers. You know, we can meet them
We
halfway.
could figure it out.
Yeah, it's
I
fine
like
by me.
that.
So we gotta talk to Dion and see we can arrange some kind of prize.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'll split it with them.
So yeah, just a little and worth
Maybe you
mentioning.
could get someone from Funhouse 2 over here too for the next podcast. Whoever's in the playoffs
I really like
over
to
there.
get Nick because he's the now that Wesley was eliminated in our league. Nick Baranowski is actually live in both.
Okay.
So certainly possible that he could end up playing against himself.
Who in the playoff would be a different? Who in the playoff would be different? That's not in ours. We know it's not Derek.
Who are the other people in Funhouse 1?
In playoffs, yeah.
Yeah, let me see here.
That aren't in our league.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, so Westy is there against Matt Wells, and Nick is against Pete Zelzin.
So Matt and Pete are the differences.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you know them.
yeah, I might be able to get Pete to roll in here. and he's a 2 seed, so it may well come down to that.
So
Yeah.
we're giving Wesley a chance to be a champion. That's great.
If it's fucking Nick against Nick.
All right, now let's get to the main event here, really. Come on. Now, it was, yes, a thrilling and, one could say come from behind victory, except he actually led the entire time. But projections-wise. Well, Bucha, my old adversary, here we are again.
That's right.
Let's take a look here. Now I have, I think I'm riding with Herbert. I had to think long and hard about, am I going to play Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert? I think that Lawrence has just been levitating lately. He's just been finding another gear that Urban Meyer took away from him and hid down the jean shorts of the girl that he was dancing with at his bar and grill in Ohio last year. But Trevor found it, he put it back into the machine, and he's been looking great. But there's two things. One, the Jets are an awfully punchy team. That defense is absolutely for real. Sauce Gardner is going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year. And it's in New York, or, the Meadowlands. And it's a Thursday night game. And fuck Thursday night games.
They've been awful.
I just can't. It's just too wild. And you know what? Maybe I'll be eating my words. But I feel like Herbert at the Indianapolis, which I can't believe that there haven't been more suicides on that roster or coaching staff after the absolute record-setting debacle that occurred last week. I mean, they've got to be just in. And sometimes you might call that a trap game when a team loses in an unexpected way. Except that we didn't expect the Colts to win that game. We just didn't expect them to lose it the way they did. And I mean, certainly a lot of that falls on Jeff Saturday and the rest of the execution. But they're just in complete tatters over there in Indianapolis, and I expect Herbert with his new tools to have some fun and have, if not an awesome game, at least a decent one. And Etienne tonight, I'll be hoping has a good game against the Jets. The other option there would have been to bring Dobbins in.
Just so you know, I'm not sure on my flex yet. So
Yeah.
even though he's
that may change.
projected there, you never know.
The rest of these guys are all pretty much known quantities. I just kind of got to hope that they don't shit the bed like they did last week.
Well, I just want to point out that I think this is pretty much what the projection was last week, and I pulled it out with a win.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So your flex, I see you've got Dawson Knox in there now.
For now.
Who are you considering? You got a lot of options.
I do. I don't know. Donovan Peoples-Jones has pulled it off the last couple weeks. But also, I'm kind of looking at Chuba Hubbard. You never know who's going to go off there.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have Deion Jackson on the bench, too, because I picked up both Colts running backs. I don't know who's going to...
Right.
You never know. Someone might get
Sure.
hurt in practice Friday or Saturday,
Sure.
and
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Yeah.
according to ESPN, Zach Moss is the number one guy, so...
He's number one on the depth chart.
Exactly, so, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
But projections mean nothing. Obviously, you know that.
Yep. Nope. Absolutely true. Well, shoot.
But it would be nice if I win this and go up against the Mystery Man, because I do have his number. Only person to beat him twice this year.
And that's a nice little story too, isn't it? Like you take out the FWO's Virgil, and then you take out the FWO's Ted DiBiase. Then you go into the finals to take out your own man.
Yeah, well, hey, when the champion's at stake, they do anything.
That's right. It's like all my favorite Royal Rumble finishes involve two people on the same tag team ending up in the last 4 to 6 guys. Oh, hey, here we go. This exciting semi-final segment brought to you by Derek Berger in the Funhouse. Derek, how are you doing?
Wonderful. How are you all doing?
Very well, thanks. Hey, how's things going in the toilet bowl?
Oh, I'm kicking ass.
Did you
names?
did you blow him out of the water last week?
I had Kirk Cousins, Adam Thielen. I put up 120 points in a non-PPR league.
So your fortunes changed just at the right moment.
Exactly. Yeah. Coming out to that toilet bowl.
All right, man, go get him. Thank you, Derek. Bucha, it seems like it was just yesterday, and it almost was, that we finally had our last Titanic battles inside control of the linoleum. And you know what? Contrary to the way that the actual match ended, I've actually been enjoying my retirement. But what do? You show up and you drag me out of my lawn chair to have to deal with you again. And you know what? I'm fucking annoyed. So I'm just gonna have one more smackdown on you because I have given you enough this season already. And buddy, at the end of Monday night, you're gonna be the one with a bucket on your head.
Well, I just got one thing to say to that. Projections don't matter. Not at all. I beat you last Sunday. I think it was last Sunday. You're still in town. It looks like I'm just going to have to kick you out of town again. And yes, at the end of Monday, it's going to be raw for you, buddy.
Boys, is there anything else that we need to get into here?
I don't believe so.
All right. Well, with that said, let's get to it. Everybody have a good week. Good luck in the games.
All glass this time.
All glass.